Yo, what's up, guys? TheSurrealAndre, aka New Era X, and with something unorthodox, I'm posting some Blacktop because I will be getting into Blacktop and the news that 2K dropped today. But first, I'd like to show you guys something. So I'm playing a couple Blacktop games while I'm VC farming. Obviously, people, all they do is shoot threes. I was on a team that didn't really like to pass the ball, and I was facing a team that all they did was shot threes. So we didn't win, but I had to show you that putback that I fly over people because I'm a beast. But anyway, so I'm playing, and this guy just has the ball, and I saw this. Wait for it. What the fuck? What did he just do? It's like I just saw fire for the first time. What did he just do? I was like, can you do that for me again? And he was like, sure, I don't know how to do anything else. Let me just, whoop. There you go. And I'm like, is this the new Euro Step 3? I'm like, can you do that for me one more time? Because I know you don't know how to do anything else. He's like, sure, hold on. Give me 1 second. Right here. There you go. And that one misses, but still, who even comes up with shit like that? Like, hold on, I think he does it one more time. Yeah, there you go. It's like that's all he knew how to do. And I'm like, yo, this nigga invented something new. So I had to send him this message because I haven't seen something that cheesy in a long time. Like, he invented that. That wasn't a 2K thing, and that led to this, as you see in front of you right now. So he starts off and he's like, whatever. So I read this message. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. I'm about to make this nigga look like a scrub. Let's go. I love challenges. I don't run. So I tell him I'm gonna post it on YouTube, and this is the message that comes. So I'm like, all right, this nigga ain't scared either. So I said, no Clippers, no Lakers, the cheesy teams, no Heat, and don't you do Euro Step 3s because I saw what you were doing in the game. And this is what he said. So this is where he started to back off because it seemed like he was going to do one of the above that I just stated. And I invited him to my game. I put it on the realistic standards, superstar with like 8-minute quarters. And apparently he wanted me to join his game. He was making an excuse and said, no, join my game. I'm going to use the Wizards there. And he saw that I was setting superstar 8 minutes, and then he said, no, Hall of Fame 5 minutes. And then I sent him a message saying, first of all, we can play 5 minutes if you want, but Hall of Fame, I can play on Hall of Fame. But if you're playing on Hall of Fame, that's like saying, I don't know how to play defense, so let me play off ball. And I don't care who you're playing. You could be using the Jazz. If you play on Hall of Fame, that computer defense when you play off ball is like the Heat. So as soon as I mentioned the YouTube channel I play on, and let's play on Superstar because that's the most realistic thing, this nigga got shook and just backed out completely. I don't know. I think Superstar is the most realistic thing, but I think he was looking for an excuse. So yeah, I just had to get into that real quick because I hate people that talk shit and then back out right away. It's really annoying. It really is. Especially when you create some shit that I've never even seen before to like just abuse the overpoweredness of Blacktop. So I mean that bothered the shit out of me really, because he was getting me hype. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to bust this nigga and put him, that was so annoying. It really was. I love to pick fights with scrubs in Blacktop because Blacktop is where you'll find everybody in the 2K community that thinks they're good but they're not. I swear the 2K community has taken a dip since like 2K10. So many people think they're good and they're not, and most of the 2K community nowadays, believe it or not, doesn't even know anything about basketball. 2K is just so big that it got these people to get into it. But anyway, this one is a much better gameplay because I was the only one on the team. My two teammates got lagged out, so I had the freedom to really do what I want, and I had some really cool highlight plays, so it's something for you guys to watch while I talk. So let me get straight to the nitty gritty. My crew is back. It's back. Alright, there's no need to wait, because LD and Ronnie, you know how they are. They're going to milk it. They'll wait all day and let everybody suffer, and then by like 11:59 they'll say, oh yeah guys, crew is back. That's what the code meant. So crew is back, and the proof is going to be the link in the description. There will be a link to the Operation Sports forum where it surfaced earlier this morning, I believe, because every year around this time, every year now for the past like 2-3 years, all the 2K achievements for the game gets linked onto Operation Sports. Well, last year it was linked on Operation Sports, but anyway, the achievements got linked once again, and let me see, I'm looking at it right now. There's an achievement called It's Got to Be the Cruise. I don't think you really need to hear anything else other than that. Just in case you want to, it says winning is everything. Get a W as part of a crew. Crew mode is back. I couldn't be any more excited. Like, I've been playing 2K since 2K9. Before that, I played NBA Live. I picked up 2K at 2K9, and I liked it, but I didn't really get into it till like 2K10. And then I didn't fall in love with 2K till 2K12. So I didn't really get as much out of crew mode as I liked, as much as my other friends did, because they loved it. Back then I loved my player, but everybody's my player was better than mine, so like I couldn't really stand up to all of the people in crew. But now that I'm really like a 2K guy, crew is going to be something special, like especially because all my boys love crew. It's definitely going to be a series on my channel, like other than my team, and I'm considering doing my career, because if you guys really watch this video, my career it's really exciting. I love to make athletic passing point guards. I like to make a character like basically Penny Hardaway mixed with Glenn Rice. If you know who those people are and how their careers were, I mean, not their careers, because Penny was a disappointment because of injuries. He could have gone down as a great, but anyway, I'm digressing extremely. So anyway, another achievement that's on the list that will be in the description. Where is it? It's called Greatness Achieved. Complete LeBron Path to Greatness. So I'm assuming that this basically is going to replace Create a Legend mode. And it's the achievement. There's another achievement called 99 stars, 1 LeBron. Ha 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 ha. Get 99 stars in LeBron Path to Greatness. So it sounds like, for those of you who played NBA The Life back then, it sounds like it's going to be like NBA The Life. In NBA The Life, you played out the career of this player, and it had a really cheesy story, but you basically played out his career and did certain stuff in his career at certain times. Like, for example, if it was Jordan, you would have to play out the game against Utah and hit that buzzer beater, or hit that shot over Elo to, you know, stuff like that. So, and you'll get stars for certain challenges or certain stuff. So it sounds like it could be cool. I always liked NBA The Life. So it would give me a reason to not hate LeBron in 2K14. Even though that LeBron James signature skill, I don't know why they made that, I think that was really pushing it. Like, that's just unnecessary. It really is. I'm curious to see what the skill will do. I'm sure they'll release that very soon, because this is the biggest news. That's another reason why I knew it was going to be crew. There is nothing they could have hyped this much. Like, they were putting everything on this hype. There is nothing they could have hyped this much, and it could not be crew. Like, there's nothing else that the 2K community would care about more than crew. There is no way it could have been anything else, as well as the hashtag. Lots of people were looking too deep into it. I just looked at it and I saw the word crew. 3R335. The way I looked at it is that it spelled crew very simplistically. All you have to do is move the 3s. The first 3, spin it backwards instead of turning it the way it is. Flip it the other way and it looks like a C, except, it has the 3 dash in the middle. You know what I mean? Yeah. It looks like a C if you turn it backwards. And then there's the R, and then there's the other 3, which is a E. And then the 3-5, if you turn that 3 sideways, when it connects with the 5, it looks like a W. So that's how I read it, and I think that, I don't know, either way I knew it was crew. It couldn't have been anything else. So I am so happy that crew is coming back, and for you guys that are going to get into it and that didn't play crew before, be ready to see 90 my players within the first week. People took crew seriously. I mean, like, really seriously. Like, if they would play a crew game and get a loss or two, they would delete that crew and make a new one so they'd have a new record. That's how serious crew was. It will usher in a new era of tryhards. It really will. So hopefully it won't be like my team where the difficulty is low and you can do anything you want. So yeah, that's that. And no, honestly, I mean, now when it comes to other things, I mean, no, it would probably be me being greedy, but there are other things that, other than crew, that should be fixed or improved or added. Number 1 on that list is players. There are a bunch of players that should be improved or should be added. Number 1's on my list. Start off with Mr. Reggie Boom Baby Dagger Miller. I would love Reggie Miller. He hasn't been in 2Ks for too long. It needs to just happen. It does. Reggie Miller. And if you think Del Curry is bad, imagine Reggie Miller in my team. I'd want him to be in the game, but I wouldn't want him to be in my team mode, to be honest. Like, yeah. But anyway, Reggie, Jason Williams. If you don't know who Jason Williams is, please go look up highlights of him on the Kings. He should be on that 2001 Kings team in the game. He should be on that team, and Chris Webber should be on that team. He's another person that needs to be in the game. I love to use Chris Webber. Oh my, he's like a baby Shaq. I would love to use Chris Webber. And I think he had more post moves than Shaq. Shaq was just really dominant down low. He didn't have that great of post moves. He was just huge as shit and could jump hook you to death. So Chris Webber would be amazing. Barkley is already in the game, but he's not on any team except the Dream Team, and you can't use him any other time. I would love a Barkley in my team, or just a Barkley in general to use, because I love Charles Barkley. I think he's arguably the greatest power forward ever next to Karl Malone. Timmy is up there too, but I just love Charles Barkley. That's the point. Rafer Alston. Skip to my Lou. Skip to my Lou. He's not in the NBA anymore, but they could add a team that had him. I think that Rockets team that Shane was on, that had that second longest winning streak before the Heat broke it, I think Rafer was on that team, so they could add that team, because that was a good team. That team had good Artest, Ron Artest, not Meta. That was good Artest that could actually score. That's a good team that they could add. They could add the 06 Heat. That's the Heat that I actually liked. The 06 Heat too. Yeah, you know, Gary Payton, James Posey, Jason Williams was on that team as well, but it was like the back end of his career. Jesus Shuttlesworth. If you don't know who that is, go and watch the movie He Got Game right now. Jesus Shuttlesworth. For those of you who don't know, that is Ray Allen. He did that movie when he was like in his rookie years, coming into the NBA. When I say Jesus Shuttlesworth, I don't mean the character himself. I mean a young Ray Allen. We should see young versions of certain players. There's so many that needed to, like Karl Malone in this game. It's his like 35-year-old version. A Malone in his prime would have been sick. Like there needs to, if 2K puts 5 Jordans in the game, they should have no reason complaining about not wanting to put duplicate players. You have 5 Jordans, and some of those Bulls teams sucked. On I think the like 80s one, it was just Jordan and Pippen. Like let's be honest, Steve Kerr, whatever. As I get that beautiful putback, it was just Jordan and Pippen. All right, that team wasn't necessary. You didn't have to add 5 Jordans. All right, 2 at the most. So different versions of players, that would be nice. And Glenn Rice, Mr. Clutch Shooter. I mean, one of the greatest shooters ever. Glenn Rice would be a sick dude in 2K. He really would. I mean, the list just goes on. And Dr. J, I mean, I don't even need to bring up why Dr. J should be in the game. He just should. Alright, there is no reason Dr. J shouldn't be in there. And now as for players that should be upgraded, Mike Bibby is one of the hugest. I mean, like on the 2001 team, the Kings, Mike Bibby is like a 79. Do you know how real Mike Bibby was? Mike Bibby was a boss. They so underrated him in this game, and it's sad that they did that, because he really was a beast. Damn. But Earl Monroe is one of the greatest Knicks of all time. There is no reason this man should be a silver legend. All they have to do to make him a gold is improve his mid-range jump shot. Alright, and maybe some other awarenesses and stuff, but his mid-range jump shot needs to be better. It's extremely underrated. And who else? There was one more person that was on this list for me that needs to be upgraded. Drazen Petrovic. Drazen Petrovic is a silver legend, and his jump shot, it's pretty good, but it's not as good as it should be, even though there's not much room for improvement on it. He should just have better stats in general, because Reggie Miller, arguably the greatest shooter of all time, called Drazen Petrovic the greatest shooter he has ever seen in his life. And they said even better than Ray Allen. He just looked at them and said, greatest shooter I've ever seen. So Drazen Petrovic needs an upgrade as well. But these things are minor compared to how big the crew thing is. I mean, all I needed to hear was crew, and I am down for 2K. I don't care if I have to buy it twice because of the next gen systems. they have me sold. So we'll wait for the official reveal later on today, and we'll see what happens as well as what else they'll reveal. So anyway, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll have more news tomorrow or later on today, as well as some gameplays and pack openings coming soon. Peace.